Hi, I'm Graham, and this is Have a Place for Everything and Put Everything in its place, which is a video about being organised. And one of the big keys of being organised is just that, having a place for everything and putting everything in its place. Now, that may sound easy and obvious, but when you look around at the amount of people whose lives are filled with mess and disorganisation, it's apparently not. And so don't beat yourself up. You might find that your life is filled with mess and disorganisation, but hopefully this video will be a help to you. The first thing that's required to be organised and not in a mess is to have a place for everything. So set a spot for each thing you own or each category of things that you own. This is crucial because it's not possible to put things in their place if they don't have a place, if you don't know where they belong. And when you don't know where things belong, they tend to get dumped anywhere, randomly, and things accumulate around the place. So set a spot that's logical, convenient, has enough space for each object. And if there's no room in that spot, then you either need to find another spot for it or get rid of some of the stuff from that spot. You may even find that you need to set a place where you put things that turn up that you don't yet have a spot for, but need to be assigned a spot or dealt with in some sort of way. The second thing that's needed in order to help us be organised is then putting everything in its place once you have that place. Now that you have the spot for everything, the thing to do is to put everything in its spot straight away, rather than settling things down temporarily elsewhere, taking those few extra seconds and putting those things in the spot that you've designated for them each time. Now, fairly simple principles, but simple principles can be very powerful and can be applied into all sorts of areas of life. You can apply it into your home, into your office and elsewhere. You can also apply it to your physical desk and filing system, but it can also apply it to your computer desk and computer filing system. So let's just focus in on those two for a moment. The first is your physical desk and filing system. It's great if you can have a spot for everything. Spots for all your permanent things, so your stationery, your paper, your files to keep, perhaps in a filing cabinet, and other permanent items. But it's also important to have spots for temporary things. You may have a spot on your desk for things you're working on currently. You may have a spot on your desk for things you need to work on but not looking at immediately. You may have a spot on your desk for things that you're about to take out somewhere to a meeting or something. You may choose not to do it on your desk. You may use stacker shelves, they're particularly helpful. You may use different drawers, but having a spot for those different areas can be particularly helpful. It can be helpful to have the principle that as soon as something comes across your desk, you deal with it immediately. You either work on it straight away, it goes into one of the spots for things to work on in the future or things to take out, or it goes in the bin. But this stops paper accumulating on your desk unnecessarily because you're dealing with it straight away and organising it into the appropriate space. To file things well, it's also important to work out a filing system and organise your filing cabinet into appropriate categories and helpful categories and into the appropriate files. Having a clean desk is not something that everyone needs, but it is one way that helps us be organised and therefore work efficiently and effectively. In the same way, you can apply these principles to your computer desktop and computer filing system. Everything that you've done with your physical desk and physical filing system can be applied to your computer desktop and computer filing system. I think it's a great thing to use your desktop as a desktop where you have the files that you're working on your desktop, and use your files as your filing cabinet, keeping your desktop clear and just for current work. Perhaps you might even choose to have sections or spaces on your desktop for different types of work or different time frames. You may choose over here is my urgent work that I'm working on, over here is the less urgent, over here is particular project. You may designate different areas of the desktop for different types of work. But keeping the desktop reasonably clear helps you be clear about what your priorities are and what the things you're working on are. And with your files, filing them clearly Having a clear hierarchical structure that matches your job, your ministry, your work life in some sort of way. So that's very logical and you know where to put files immediately and quickly and can access them easily. Having clear file names is crucial for finding things again. So taking the little bit of time to get them right in the first place is particularly helpful. If it's a regular document that you use each year, it's worth putting the date on it. So EV Generate 2016 may be helpful so that you know which year it's from. Filing immediately. Once a document has been used, completed, work is done, neatly put away in your files is particularly helpful. One thought to finish. This is not a hard concept to understand, but experience shows it's not easy to do. So I hope this helps you. A question to discuss together. What things do you find stop you applying this principle?